Well, I finally got Kelli Marissa's new stamping plate, so that means it's time for a stamping walkthrough, and I'm not going to say tutorial because I don't really know what I'm doing, so come along with me. Stamping has always been a really difficult nail art technique for me, and I've never really been able to get the hang of it. My designs always look a little bit patchy, so today I'm just going to walk you through what I usually do for stamping, and I strongly suggest you either go to Kelli Marissa's channel specifically to look up stamping tutorials, or stumble along with me. I'm going to be starting out this look with a peely base coat because I want to make sure that my nail beds stay nice and healthy and nothing sticks directly to them. The great thing about base coat is that they prevent staining and help prevent your nail bed from being pulled up. I also tend to do a smoothing base coat on top of the peely because I like my nails to be very smooth and as canvas-like as possible. And because we're doing a Kelli Marissa stamping plate, I decided to use another Kelli Marissa collab by Starly. This is Umbra. It's a beautiful multi-chrome. It has a green to purple shift with a ton of different sizes and shaped hollow glitters throughout it. The camera is definitely not doing any favors for this polish here. This is definitely a polish you need to enjoy out in the sunlight, but I would suggest it, and honestly, if you're questioning getting this polish, go ahead and do it. And it makes an excellent spacey background with very minimal effort. Once I've finished putting on the two coats, I'm going to go ahead and put a super glossy top coat on by Hello Taco. This is my favorite step when using multi-chromes because the top coat really makes things pop. Now, is this necessarily a step that you need to take before stamping? I don't think so. However, if I make a mistake and need to use acetone to clean things up, I always like to put a top coat on before nail art. Next up, I'm going to show you the tools of the trade. This is a rubber stamper or a jelly stamper. It is kind of this clear, weird little thing, though they come in colors too, but I like the clear ones because you can see right through it. This one is very sticky. It's by Born Pretty, and then this one is from Maniology. It's very worn out, very old, so it's lost a lot of its stickiness. However, it has a lot less warp to it, unlike the round ones. This is also a scraper that you use to scrape the polish from Maniology. It has a little bit of flex, so it's very easy to scrape and polish with. And then I use cotton balls and acetone with tweezers to clean things up. I also like to have a little bit of tape because you can't use acetone on the stamper. So I'm going to show you the plate, and this is the first design that I'm going with because I want a design that goes across my nails, and I thought this star pattern would look really good with that. I'm going to go ahead and use Twinkled white stamping polish. I don't remember the name because I lost the box. But I go ahead and place it on one end of the design, and then I take my scraper and pull the polish across. I do this a couple of times because I want it to be very even. This is probably where I'm going wrong with a lot of things. And then I'm going to rock my stamper across the design. And there you go, you picked it up. It's a little patchy in some places, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. I'm also just going to go ahead and clean up the design by removing all the surrounding graphics with a little bit of tape. You can do this with a Q-tip or a little orange stick, but I think the tape works the best. Because I have super curved nails, I have to kind of rock the stamper across the nail bed instead of just pushing flat down. And I like to do this because I feel like I get a little bit more control over things. However, this can bite you in the ass. You can stretch your design, you can crack your design depending on how large and dense it is. Now I have this little corner piece, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my pinky, and I'm going to re-stamp the design in order to cover my ring finger. Now I'm going to show you how I repeated this step because I used a little less polish and I only scraped over the design once instead of the many times that you saw earlier, because I think that caused some of the polish to be a little bit patchier than I wanted. And once I've pulled that design up, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on my ring finger, not really bothering to clean up the jelly stamper because I know exactly where I want it. And now you have this cool starry look all the way across your 4 nails. Now let's move on to the next part. This is my favorite part about this plate and the main reason why I bought it, because it has these planets where you have a base color / shape and then a design that goes on top of that. So you essentially use 2 different stamping polishes to create a planet kind of shape or mystique. And just like you saw before, I'm going to go ahead and use that stamper to place the shape onto the nail. And I'm going to cover up some of the stars because I kind of want that off-center, on-center look. And then in order to make it look more like a planet, I'm going to go in with this Turquoise by Maniology, and I'm going to scrape up the matching sized marbled effect. I briefly want to mention that I did not speed up any of these clips in order for you, the viewer, to get a real feeling for what it's like to nail stamp. You have to move relatively fast in comparison to other nail art techniques in order to make sure that your polish isn't drying out too fast on the nail plate or it's not sticking to the stamper itself. And now that you've seen how I've created this essential step, you basically repeat it on the other nails, and you just finish it off with a nice thick glossy top coat, and you get this really nice effect when they're all sealed together and you really get this layered look. All the products that I used are going to be down in the description down below, and I hope you liked this video. I'm not going to call it a tutorial because I stumble through stamping every single time. I just hope that what I know helps you if you're doing this. If you like this video, and if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next week.